Welcome into the Go Fish pregame show. Colby Coach, Spencer Pattison. Very excited to have another game here, and it's fireworks night, a 6 p.m. start time, so we can get the fireworks even earlier against the Peninsula Pilots tonight. Last night, an 8-1 victory over the Wilmington Sharks, where the Marlins, they were doing amazing all over the place.
Yeah, last night, really important victory to, kind of get the second half started on the right foot. And, the loss of the Flamingos to end the first half didn't really hurt you, but this game, is going to be pivotal as well. They're 4-0 against the Peninsula Pilots in league play. The Pilots aren't having a great year. It's time to capitalize.
And I think this is important, not just because they're 4-0 against the Pilots, but because they're really starting to get rolling. Last night they looked really great out there, and we'll see if they can do it again as Jack Eshelman stands atop the mound, and he's pitched 16 1/3 innings so far. He's got 1 save, 4 games, 3 starts, and a 5.51 ERA. Last game he had is where he really struggled, giving up 6 runs to the Sharks in the 6-5 loss. But we look towards the future for him because he is a young 19-year-old kid who's looking to play some great baseball.
Yeah, it's going to be a fastball slider combination, for him. Really good. When he can control it. Last time had a little bit of trouble in his last time out. But then, of course, it's going to be a debut for the Peninsula Pilots.
Yeah, Jake Clemente. Very exciting to see him. He's also 19 years old. We got 2 19-year-olds clashing against each other. Should be a good time. He's a University of Florida Gator. He's 6'2", and he's also got a fastball and a slider.
Yeah, he breathes fire, though. His fastball sits around 91 to 94 miles an hour, and it's going to be a blazing heater tonight. We also will see a few new faces in the lineup in the coming days for the Morehead City Marlins, so I'm excited to see what the second half will bring.
9th game in 8 days. The guys, they're getting a little ready for this off day tomorrow, 4th of July. But before we get to that, head coach Sam Carroll, here's the interview.
Colby and Spencer with the head man, Coach Carroll. And Coach, back on the beam last night in Wilmington, an 8-1 victory. How's it feel to get back on the beam and start the second half on the right foot?
Yeah, no, it felt really good. Felt good to, it's kind of a weird deal because we just had a very emotional end of the first half. And then, you don't really get a day or two off there to kind of, let that soak in and reset. We had to start the next day immediately for the next season, and so our guys came out and did well yesterday.
So tonight against the Pilots, you're 4-0 against the Pilots. Does that change how you approach this game tonight?
No, we just do the same thing. So we'll be ready to go tonight, and really I don't know about those records until you guys spit them out there. So yeah, we'll be ready to go.
Matchup of youngsters, it's going to be Clemente and Eshelman. Jack Clemente redshirted at Florida, fastball slider, fastball sits around 92, 93. Matchup of youngsters. What do you expect to see from the kids tonight?
Expect Eshelman to keep doing what he's doing. Hopefully he can give us a better start, and he would say he's kind of struggled a little bit in his last couple starts. I think this is their guys' it's his debut tonight, CPL debut, so I'm sure he'll be going through some emotions that him and his team will work through, and we just need to make sure that we're worried about ourselves and that our guy Eshelman comes out and has a good start.
So Jack the Kid Eshelman on the bump for the Morehead City Marlins. It's fireworks night. We got tomorrow off, July 3rd, the Independence Day celebration. Coach, we'll see you after the game. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Colby. Take care. Thanks, Spencer.
Like we said, a 4-0 overall record versus the Peninsula Pilots. Colby, what do we expect from the Marlins here tonight?
Well, so I expect Eshelman to get back on the beam here. I really hope he can dial in that fastball. Fastball command last time out was an issue, and you heard Sam Carroll talk about it. Even Esh would say, he's not had the kind of starts he's wanted. So, he's really got to get back on the beam here, regain that composure, regain the control. Command of the fastball will be key for Eshelman. And, I really expect the bats to get cooking tonight. Last night, they really got back into form after, quite frankly, they didn't play terrible against the Flamingos, but the game just didn't roll their way in the 14-10 loss. So I would expect the bats to do what they do best, and I hope that Eshelman can regain his command this evening and become the Eshelman that we've been so used to seeing over the past several weeks and get the job done.
Yeah, looking at the overall standings for the Coastal Plain League East Division. The Marlins, they're right on top, number 1, where the Pilots, they have really struggled this season, and they're all the way at the bottom. So it should be interesting, but you can't just forget about them because they still are a very good team.
Well, and you have, that's the beauty of the first half, second half format. If you catch fire in the second half, you can run the table to a playoff berth. So any team, this is up for grabs. This is up for grabs. Second game of the second half, this is any team's ball game, quite literally and figuratively. And, a team like the Pilots, who struggled in the first half, could turn around in the second half. They have the pieces to do so. We've seen monster nights from Trey Morgan and company. And so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And make sure you join us on Flow Sports here at Big Rock Stadium. We're ready to bring you the game. Colby Cook, Spencer Pattison, thank you for tuning in for the Go Fish pregame show.